If you've ever wished that self-improvement might be as enjoyable as playing Pokemon, then this video is for you. I'm going to share a system that has reformed my boring self-improvement tasks into fun and rewarding experiences, similar to catching and leveling up Pokemon. First, let us consider the Pokemon themselves. Your objective in the game is to level your squad and win battles throughout the region. The problem is that, just as you can't win with a team of solely fire types, you can't reach your potential in life by concentrating on one area of personal development. Many times, people get obsessed with one part of themselves: physical health, job achievement, or social skills, while disregarding other skills. This creates an imbalance, exposing flaws that might hold you back. Award-winning author Stephen Covey talks about this idea as sharpening the saw across 4 spheres: physical, spiritual, mental, and social. In his view, personal development is about balancing the 4 dimensions of body, heart, mind, and spirit. Using the analogy of Pokemon, starting your road of self-improvement is like choosing your starter. Where you begin, whether you want to prioritize physical, mental, spiritual, or social, it's all in your hands. This decision sets the direction of your trip and is unique and personal to you. Next, let's map these skills to Pokemon types to make it more fun. Physical capabilities fit the fire type, mental skills are like water, and social skills are like grass. Perhaps you have been ignoring your social skills. In that case, you choose the grass starter, since, after all, you gotta touch grass to improve socially. Here is a list of starter Pokemon that you might choose. Next comes one of the most important parts of your journey, which is leveling up your Pokemon. We all know how much effort is invested in the game just fighting wild Pokemon in the grass. It's a very long and boring process, but without it, we can't level up our squad. You see, a lot of people have made personal growth seem cool and easy, but it's always going to be a grind. The good news is, that doesn't mean you aren't growing. Just like Pokemon's levels are always being tracked, what we need to do is figure out a way to keep track of our progress in each skill. Let's go back to our starting Pokemon case. What can we do to show that we've gained a level in social skills? It could be talking to someone you don't know, practicing active listening, or getting better at talking to people. You need to keep track of everything you did to see how much you've grown. Here is a sheet I made for free so that you can keep track of all your Pokemon easily. But as you know, things aren't always smooth sailing. In Pokemon, you gotta choose how to spend your time and energy on each specific Pokemon. A lot of people make the mistake of putting too much importance on their starter, and because of this, they lose many battles. You see, Pokemon is all about managing strengths and weaknesses, ensuring your team is well balanced. And even though Ash's Charizard beats Gary's Blastoise in the series, this isn't what happens very often. In real life, you need to know what you're good and bad at. The reality is, you won't pass that test just because you can lift big things. Speaking of battles, they aren't just for building up your Pokemon, because every time you score a victory, it helps you remember how far you've come. This could be something like a setback which tests your mental fortitude, or a difficult problem which requires you to think outside of the box. But after you've won the smaller fights, it's time to take on the gym battles. Beating a gym leader is different, as it awards you with a special badge. And usually, this badge lets you enter the next town or city in the area to progress in your journey. What about you? What do you think your gym fight might be? Gym leaders are the big problems and hurdles we face along the way. What if giving a speech is beating a specific gym leader? Or maybe it's getting that article done before the due date. No matter what it is, you'll need all of your skills to beat these gyms. It's not helpful to try to beat your daily steps record if your mental health is in desperate need of attention. Here is a list of gym leaders you might encounter in your own lives. Now, here's an important point. Every time you lose one of these gym battles, it told you that your Pokemon just aren't strong enough. We might not want to deal with tough losses in life, but usually they're the best ways to improve. But just know that making it through these life gyms will grant you way more experience than any other situation. If you failed, simply get back in the lab and work on your Pokemon. In this video, I highlighted 3 ways of using Pokemon to help you on your self-improvement journey. Number 1, treat your skills like a Pokemon team. Number 2, track their progress. And number 3, pinpoint your personal gym battles. Let me know if this has helped you. And if so, please consider subscribing. Until the next video.